Okay, I'm putting in some what you call contrast. You know, you need the light and dark, the shadow. You know, it's all about making it look three-dimensional. Look, you're going down the hill. Add little leaves on these trees. Then over top of that, you've got to consider where your light's coming from. It's coming from the right. So on the right sides of these bushes, the right side top of the bushes, we're going to highlight it with brighter color green. Yeah, okay. You can see where it's going down the hill. I've made the lines going downhill to accentuate that it's going downhill. So that's what that is, going downhill. And I'm using what they call a fan brush. Okay. Okay, we have a brighter color green. Okay. And you can see up close. Now, I'm going to test the color. Yeah. See this here? I usually try to work from the back forward and from the bottom up. See? From the bottom of the grass up. From the bottom up. Okay. This is tall grass. Can you understand now? You can see the... Okay. Okay, and then I'll add some highlighting over top of it. Okay. You can see just a little bit of it. Okay. So I just wanted to show you a little bit of this. Later on, I'll start a picture from the beginning. Now this is about done. I'm going to put a little bit of tree trunk in there, and then highlight. When I highlight this tree, I'm going to come up on the top right hand side of this tree. Top right hand side. The underside is away from the sun. The highlighted area is toward the sun. It's pretty basic stuff. If you look at it, and 50% of painting a painting. Hello, Leah Sampson. Half of painting a picture is staring at the picture. I mean, that's what half of it is. Staring at the picture. The dark color. See? You need light and dark. You need a little bit of light and dark. See, a little light and dark of everything. You need to, in order to bring the light out, you got to have a little dark to bring the light out. You see? Just a little dark to bring the light out. Contrast. It's everything you do. Contrast. Contrast is everything we do with art, you know? Light and dark, warm and cool. Shoot. So that's what this is, light and dark. Hold on a minute. Okay. And I'm going to take this outside and I'll let you guys see it. Okay. Now, you can see it out in the sun. You can see the picture out in the sun. You can see exactly. And I'm going to start another picture from the ground ups, from the ground up, from the beginning. I'll start another picture from the beginning, but I just want to finish this painting, you know? And this is just, you know, it's about the light hitting the surfaces. If you paint the face of a person, you're painting basically a fruit. If you paint an apple or an orange, you're painting the light hitting the orange, and then the shadow on the backside of the orange. You're painting whatever it is, you know, nature. I mean, if you're going to paint this group of trees, you know, you got to have something dark. These leaves here in the middle. See the leaves, that bush, all those bushes? You have light, dark behind the bushes. It's dark inside the bushes, so inside the bushes it's going to be like here. Dark inside the bushes. You can lay down some dark first and put your bright greens over top of it as to fan them on with a fan brush or a sponge. People use a sponge, and you can have really good results. Some people even paint their paintings on a black background. They paint their pictures onto a black background. So this is how this picture looks and how it's coming out. So you can see here on this, you can see the contrast of the dark, the shading areas where the sun don't hit, and the areas where the sun does hit. This is the shaded areas. You know, that's how you're doing it. You're seeing the shaded areas. So, in art class in college, we would have a critique. You see, and this is a mid-piece critique, I guess. You know, what are the highlights of the picture? What are the strong points of the work? What are the places that need work on the work? But you can see the brush strokes I made for the grass with the fan brush. You can see how I did it. So that's how I did it with the fan brush. You can see the lay of the land. You can see, hey there, Leaf Simpson. You can see the lay of the land with the fan brush. That's how I do it, fan brush. See, the leaves on the tree. It's going to make sure, you know, you get the way leaves actually lay. This is how leaves are. They're horizontal. They're laying there. The trees are, the leaves are there to soak up the sun. And that's how they're layered on a tree. And then you can okay, I just wanted to show you all that. Give you a good idea of the basics of the principle of it. You know, light and dark. How the sun hits the light source hits the object. Whether you're doing a anything else. Let's see, you have anything that's made. I mean, you see this? Look, see? You can see there's a light side and a dark side. If the sun hits the light side, warm colors are oranges and yellows. Cooler colors are purples and, now this thing is peach, okay? If you're going to do the impressionistic or expressionistic way, you would take your orange and you would mix a little yellow with it to do your light side, with white, of course, to make it brighter. But you would add a little orange yellow into it to brighten it up a little bit, give it a warm color. And then the dark side of it, you might add a little blue to your blue or purple, lavender purple to your to your peach. A little bit of a cool color to your peach to give it a cooler tone. So it's warm tones and cool tones. And even though it's peach, you don't just paint it dark and light peach. You would add the cooler color and the warmer colors for light and dark. And I'll show you that later on. Now, some of these advanced art techniques are going to be members only, okay? So if you want some of this advanced art training, from a professional art student at a college, you've got to be a subscriber. You're going to have to be a member, a channel member. So some of that, I'm going to do some basics with you, basic art school stuff. But if you want to paint, if you want to draw, if you want to be an artist, and if you want to be on your way to being an artist and selling your art, I'm not the best. But I do have a little bit of professional college art training. I do have a little bit of college art training. And you can see this here. I drew that. That's my work. I did that myself. If you want to be an art student, and learn a little bit about art, I can take you through the basics and the beginnings and the foundations. I may not be an expert, but I can walk you through the foundations, the basics of art, of how art works and the foundations of art. If you're going to play music, there are certain things you have to learn, don't you? You have to learn what the G chord is. You have to learn what the E chord is. You have to learn about chords and chord progressions when you're learning to be a musician. You have to learn about chord structure, chord progressions, and stuff like that. You have to learn this stuff. Chord progressions, how chords together in art, in music. Chord progressions. And it's no different than, it's point of view. I mean, you're doing a drawing of one point perspective. It's a perspective going down this roadway, this dirt road in the middle of the woods. You see how you can see the lay of the land? See how I'm painting with my style, not someone else's style. Okay, you can see the roadway. That's a dirt road in the middle of nowhere. That's a dirt road in the middle of Georgia. In the woods in Georgia. And you just go down the woods in the middle of Georgia there, or Tennessee or somewhere. You're going to camp somewhere, in a tent camp. You're going into some serious backcountry camping. As you're going down this road, to the end of the road, all the way to turn down by the creek down there. There's a creek way down there, and you drive by the creek, and the creek is shallow enough to drive your truck right over the creek. You drive right over the creek, because it's shallow, you see? And you drive down that dirt road, all the way down that road. And so if you want to learn art, you got to see perspective. You have to look and see 3 dimensions in your mind. Okay, I'm not going to share all the main things with you because it's for the students that are members, channel members. But, I might give you a little bit of pointers. If you stick around, subscribe. But you got to subscribe to get all this extra stuff. You got to subscribe to get all this extra content. You got to be a subscriber only. And some of these art lessons from now on, a lot of your art lessons, I might go online live and do some paintings for non-subscribers. But a lot of where I'm going through what I know about art, teaching and stuff of my basics of art knowledge, I'm going to be subscribers only, okay? Because I want people to subscribe to the channel and they want to learn about art, so that's what I want to do. And I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side. Like, share, subscribe, join the revolution. I will catch you where the sun don't shine on Joni's World of Art.